Only on Cleveland 19, Overcoming the Odds, we get an exclusive look into the life of Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield.
Been looking forward to this story. Our sports director Tony Zarella went to Baker's hometown in Texas for this one.
Talking about Austin, Texas. Now think of this. Drew Brees, Nick Foles, both been to the Super Bowls. They go to the rival school that face Baker Mayfield's school every year. Maybe Baker's next, who knows? And when we talk about the Super Bowl, as you know, Baker was not named Rookie of the Year last night. No problem. Add it to the list. Although, let's be real, by now I think just about everybody is on board with how good Baker Mayfield can be. But it wasn't always that way. Mayfield has been overcoming the odds his entire athletic life. I'm not sure where the Baker Mayfield chant started, maybe here at his high school stadium in Austin, Texas. But I am sure where they've been perfected, here 1,400 miles away by the lake. How did we get here? How did he get here? We journeyed to Central Texas to find out. I asked because before there was this...
When I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
There was this, a baby-faced kid trying to get on the field.
He's been a long shot most of his athletic life.
Before there was this.
There's a touchdown throw to Callaway. Mayfield just zips it in there.
There was this, an undersized quarterback learning to make a play.
He's not fast at all.
What we found when we traveled to Mayfield's alma mater, Lake Travis High School, was that he's had to work harder and overcome more at every level.
The first time that I met him, he was the little guy playing along with the big guys. He wasn't an A-team athlete body-wise, but he was the alpha male. I grew up in the country. I describe it as kind of like the little small rat terrier that's bossing around the big bulls.
Even then, Baker had a way of getting the big bulls to buy in. It was evident the first game of his junior year when the starting quarterback went down and Baker came off the bench. He comes in relief. He runs for 100?
Yeah, runs for 100, throws for 300.
Does this sound familiar to anybody else?
Heisman Trophy winner, former walk-on, finds Landry.
By the end of that 2011 season, Mayfield and the Cavaliers had run the table and won their state record 5th straight championship. But it's not just what he does on the field that defines him. You want to know what makes Baker Mayfield tick? It's what he does off the field.
Our band, when he was a junior, was getting ready to play in the state championship contest for bands. And the contest was on a Saturday. We were up here, the football team was up here working out after a game the night before and lifting weights. And Baker organized the rally, the chant, and the same types of chants that we might do as we're getting ready to run out of the tunnel. Baker got the football team to do that for the band. And I can remember they were holding signs that some of the moms had made for the band. And he was comfortable doing that. He was at the front of the pack doing that. I'd had some of my guys thought they were a little too cool to do stuff like that, but not Baker.
He's just always been that guy that simply just has that ability to draw in people and draw in that attention, and I mean that's why he's such a good leader.
Griffin Gilbert is one of Baker's former teammates and good friends, and you know how it is with good friends. They have your back, but they'll also keep you in check. I mean, Baker can't possibly be good at everything.
He's just not very good at basketball, and it's so surprising from a great athlete that he's just not very good at basketball, but he's great at baseball.
Does he know this?
Oh yeah, he knows this, and we remind him of it quite a bit.
Gilbert, who caught a touchdown pass from Mayfield in the state title game, went on to play at TCU. A year later, Mayfield headed off to Texas Tech, and then Oklahoma, where the undersized kid from Lake Travis High School grew into the future Heisman winner and #1 pick in the draft.
His talent level grew to a whole nother stratosphere.
That it did, but even as the trophies piled up for Baker the player, Baker the person remained down to earth, returning to his hometown to share his success with thousands of friends and fans.
And they'll make a movie about him someday. It'll be a heck of a movie and a book. I'm not sure who will star as Baker. Maybe Will Ferrell. Just going back to it is.
Shake and bake, buddy!
For now, though, the next chapter of Baker's book will be scripted on the field, a story that Mayfield's been writing his entire life, inspiring others and overcoming the odds.
He wasn't very big and he wasn't very fast. And so no, he wasn't very fast at all.
He's elusive in the pocket and everything, but no, he's not fast, and I'll beat him in a race right now, and I've had 2 back surgeries, so.
Now listen, we certainly offer Baker Mayfield equal time to respond to Griffin's challenge. By the way, I asked Coach Carter what he thinks Baker would be doing if he wasn't playing professional football. He said either coaching or sales, because in both, Baker would get everybody and anybody to buy in. That's the gift he has, and it's a gift he had when he was, as Coach called him, the rat terrier, where the body wasn't there yet, but the mentality was, and probably the arm was, even at a young age.
Great piece. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I like to see the friend keeping him in check, keeping him grounded, and the coach saying we had this little guy, we didn't really think much of him, but look at him now.
And he was thrown into it. You know, that babyface picture is from his junior year.
Junior
That's
year.
not middle school.
No.
Some guys are grown men by then.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. He's been such a great fit, and he's been so open and candid when he's been in front of the microphone. Going down there, did you learn anything about him that you didn't know previously from your interactions over the course of the season?
I learned the off-the-field stories and the fact that he would take charge, and that's why I like the band story, because here he is doing this impromptu rally for the band. Amazing. When a lot of football guys might think, I'm not, you know, I'm cooler than
the band.
That talks to his character.
Says that, you know, and when you talk to the guys who are real tight with him, you get his sense of humor and how grounded he is. I mean, you know, they're really still very tight with him, and he's grounded, man. He's a special person. We keep saying it, but you know, he's going to be in the game that we showed earlier tonight.
Promised land awaits.
Sooner than later.
Yeah.
He'd look good with some Super Bowl rings, wouldn't he?
Well, he's got Brady's 5 from that commercial, right?
Right.
That was a good one. More on that coming up.
All right, guys.
Tony, exceptional.
Thanks, man.
Yep.